Today I would like to make this video just to talk about some books that I read recently. During this summer, I really like to read really much a lot of books, and I take it like a lot of books, and I would like to talk about it during this video. So, because in my library of my town, my city. I found a little stand, a little place in the library with only with books at only €3, like $3, um, €3, and it's mainly short books about 18 or 100 to 100 pages, and there are lots of books that I read because of that. Like we have Léon Tolstoy, Le réveillon, jeune, tsar. It's a really great book. I would like to. I will talk about the book individually during this video. Lettre au père, uh, Lettre to the father, by Franz Kafka, one of my favorite author. Ernest Hemingway in Drôle de traversée, a strange traversée. I think is an extract from the book En avoir ou pas, like it's to have or not have from Ernest Hemingway. In English, I think it's something like that. The Métamorphose from Franz Kafka. Um, Le Château, the castle from Franz Kafka also. And I didn't finish it. Like I read already. I continue to read it every day. Um, Also, we have Confession d'un masque de Yukio Mishima. I really like Yukio Mishima, even if he's not he he's a controversial person, like in real life. But as an author, he was really great. And I like also a controversial person like Ernest Hemingway, even if Yukio Mishima is very controversial. And also, I finished Le Procès, the Thrill from Franz Kafka, and it was really great. It was really great. And also, I found this book in like this stockage, like I don't know how do you say that, but it's a shop, this stockage shop, like it's really cheap, cheap thing. And I find this book, La démocratie en Asie, democracy in Asia, and it's really cool. Also, another book, it's Le travail n'est pas une marchandise d'Alain Suppiot. Is like the work isn't I don't know how to say that, but isn't I don't know in English how do you say that, but like it's an economist or low book, like lower. It's a lower who made a book about the work and the conception of work in neoliberalism, and he could just criticize the. So yeah. So now I would like to talk about books, but individually. So the video maybe be long. I don't know. Like it's not a short video. I would like to talk about all the books. So the first one I would like to talk about is a Métamorphose, the Metamorphose of Kafka. The first book that I read from Kafka is Le Procès, the Trial, and the second is the Metamorphosis, and I really like Metamorphosis. It's the story of Joe Samsa, who wake up in the morning and see that he became a conqueror. In English, like it's the bugs, like a bug, like that. He become like that, and it's not a dream or something like that. He really become like that, and we see the how the his family, how his work, like his yes at work, how we can live with this appearance and with this transformation, metamorphosis, and how his family become a little. crazy because of that. And yeah, it was a really great book. It was because we see also that the bestiality, like Samsa, Joe Samsa, at first he's still a human inside of him, like his soul is still human, but during the story, he became more and more bestial and more strange and well, yes, bestial. I don't know how to say that, but méchant. He become bad person, and his family tried to live with that. But it was really difficult, and the story talk about that, and it was really great, really funny also. Um, and it was a really short book, like it's 100 pages. It's really I read it in one day, so it's not very 2 day. I think it's not very difficult to read. I'm not a great reader, but yeah, it was really simple, and I like the way Franz Kafka write his story uh, in his book. And yeah, I recommend it, and I recommend it more than Le Procès, the trial, because particularly to people who didn't, uh, who never read any book from Kafka. I think it's a good way to enter in his like trouble in his work. So yeah. Also, I read. I didn't finish. I think I didn't finish Letter to the Father. It's a particular book because it's a book like Franz Kafka has a difficult relation with his father, and this book is a real letter uh, of like 100 pages that he wanted to send to his father, but he never did. His father never read this letter. Um, but his friend, the friend of Kafka, published it after his death, like after Kafka died. His friends make a book and just published this letter, and it's really sad. Like Franz Kafka, uh, like in the first pages is Très cher père, dernièrement, tu m'as demandé incidemment pourquoi je prétends te craindre. J'ai été comme d'habitude incapable de te répondre, en partie à cause justement de la crainte que j'ai de toi, en partie parce que l'explication de cette crainte serait liée des détails trop nombreux pour que oralement je puisse en faire à peu près la somme. Like he say, dear father, recently you asked me why I fear you, and it's globally the subject of the purpose of this. Well, yes, the subject of this book is Kafka, who tried to say to his father why he fear him and why, yeah, and during his childhood, uh, with his brother and sisters, siblings, I think we say in English. Uh, and yeah, it's really sad, but also like we see that Franz Kafka tried to not be too rude with his father, too tough with his father. Like he tried to say, but you yes, you made that, but you are not the worst father of all time, etc. So yeah, it's really good book. I don't know when I didn't finish it. Maybe because I read too much Kafka. Like I read Le Procès, the Trial, and Métamorphose, and this one. So yeah, maybe I eat too much Kafka, so it was difficult to continue. But yeah. So now I would like to talk about um, Léon Tolstoy, Le réveillon du jeune tsar, the réveillon of the young tsar. It's short book, like 83 pages. and is the compilation of different little story. I don't know how they say that, nouvelle en français, you say like, but yeah, and they are really great. There are a lot of religion, like theological stuff in this book because Leon Tolstoy, at the end of his life, he was much more Christian. I don't know how to say that, but he was really interested in Christianity and in religion in general. Um, but this is not the purpose of this story of this story. The first one was about the first story was about a person who become not crazy, but who has some um, fear crisis, like when he tried to sleep, he think that uh, the death come to him and he can't sleep, and he was afraid really much, and in the book, like he become a little crazy about that, and it's pretty much the and he described his feeling during this experience that happened many times in the story. Um, and yeah, so it's pretty much the purpose of the first story. It was really great. I really like it. The second one is about the title is, I think, a simple soul, and it was really a good title to this story because the story really talk about a simple soul, a simple person, uh, about Alyosha. Also, yes, Leon Tolstoy is Russian, so all of this story take place in Russia. And yeah, he talked about Alyosha, who was a little man, and we see it grown during the story, and he was very simple, and he like the story is from his young age to his death. So yeah, I don't want to say that much into to the story. Like I recommend everyone to read that this book. It was really great, I think. And one of the best story in this book is Le réveillon du jeune tsar, the réveillon of the young tsar, or young tsar réveillon. I don't know how they say that, but and that's talk about so a tsar is the emperor in Russia back in the day, I don't know how to say that, but long ago, the emperor of Russia or the king of Russia was the Tsar. And Le Réveillon du jeune Tsar talk about uh, a young Tsar who just become Tsar, recently become Tsar, and he make a dream. And during this dream, he take the importance of his work, and he see literally he see the consequences of his decision on the population, and it was really shocking. Like we see some people because he signed some paper or something. People can't make a thing. People died because of that, etc., etc. And it was really, yeah, I don't know how they say that, but shocking. I don't know. But it was really great. I really like this story. I'm very bad at describe books, but I try. So I hope that I make you feel the I don't know urge that the I hope that I make you want to read this book. Yeah. So Yukio Mishima, Yukio Mishima, Confession d'un masque, Confession of a Mask. Talk about Ko-chan, the name of the person of the main character, was like homosexual, and we are in Japan, and it's also autobiographic. Like Yukio Mishima was homosexual, and yeah, so we are in Japan during the 20th century, and it was difficult for a person like that to live. But yeah, I don't want to talk about the book particularly, but I want to talk about Yukio Mishima. He was a really interesting person. Yukio Mishima was really strange because even if he like you can think that he was yeah, society in Japan is too much traditional. They don't accept homosexual person, etc. It's not the thinking of Yukio Mishima. Yukio Mishima was like a really far right person, but really. And he said that Occidental, like USA or Occidental in general, because after the World War II, USA Japan uh, colonized, become colonized. I don't know how to say that, but by USA in some way. And Yukio Mishima. So sorry, I cut a little part because my mom called me like us. And Yukio Mishima say that USA uh, destroy the tradition of Japan, and he wants the return of not the shogunate but of the emperor, like the place of emperor in the society and in the politics. And Yuki Mishima tried to make an, I don't know how do you say that in English, but a putsch. Like he tried to take by force the power of the country, and it was not a really success. But it's difficult to say it in English because it's really difficult subject. But he already know that this putsch, that this tentative of coup d'état will not be successful, and he only wants to make like a seppuku harakiri, like he take a because of the not success of this operation, he take his katana and kill him, like, and in Japanese we say seppuku or harakiri. Um, and yeah, so it was really shocking of because he is one of the greatest author of Japan author. So it's like Albert Camus try to take by force the power in France and kill himself because he didn't be successful at it. It was really shocking. Yes, and I don't tell any all the thing that I don't tell all the story of Yukio Mishima because it's difficult for me in English to tell about it because I'm not very good in English. We see that. But yeah, it was really interesting. And if you want, um, if you speak in French, there are some podcasts from France Culture about Yukio Mishima, a series of 4 episodes. And I think in English there are also something like that. Now we're going to talk about one of my favorite author, Ernest Hemingway. I like person and I like his story. I want to talk about Ernest Hemingway because I think that people um, make him like a masculinist, make him like yeah, I'm a man, I'm strong, etc., etc. But it was not like that. Uh, we can think that he was like that at first. Like we read his book, we see that yeah, he has a strange way to write, like really popular, familiar way to write. But he was really not like that, and he has a very sad story, like very sad biography. Um, and yeah, I really like Ernest Hemingway. He's one of my favorite author. I think he's one of the best author in the world. Yeah. And in Drôle de traversée is a really short book, like only well, yeah, less than 100. I hope 100 is 100. Maybe but I forgot if it's 100 or what thousand. I think it's 100. And this book talk about Harry Morgan, who was like he was a fisherman, and he in certain way the half of this story of half of this book talk about fishing party, like uh, and the way that Hemingway described this fishing party, like he tried to take an espadon, like it's the big fish with a longer nose with I don't know how they say that in English, but like yeah, espadon. And it was really great to describe it, to describe the atmosphere at La Havana in Cuba, because Hemingway live a lot of time in Cuba, in Paris also, but in Cuba it was the main the main base of Hemingway. And in the second half of the story, he talk about like the Harry Morgan, the principal character, I don't know the main character, uh, lost all of his money, and he wants to try to find some money. And one of like a Chinese person, Mr. Singh, is literally a Chinese person. Mr. Singh, Ji, the Chinese. Okay, so and yeah, also little racism in this book. I don't really gonna lie, like it was mm, well we will but I don't know when he write it. But it's sort of racism, but it's not also too much, I think. But yeah, the second half, like Mr. Singh tell to Harry Morgan that if he wants to take money, he can bring in his bout, like batu bout, 12 Chinese immigrants, and take their money and push them in the water, like they drown, like literally drown them in the water in the sea. And I don't gonna say what happened in the story, but many things don't happen as expected. I think that I talk about all the books. Maybe Le Château, but it's not. I don't finish it. I can't talk about it. Uh, it he starts very great, like he's made, but he's very long. Like it's 500, 400 pages, so it's pretty long. And democracy in Asia is too difficult to describe in English. I don't have the level in English to describe it in this language, but in French I could. So yeah, it was just a little video about my passion for reading during this summer. I was not the person who read the most during my life, but yeah, I really like to like Leon Tolstoy. I read it when I was across the river, like no, not across the river, but in board of the river. Like I take some photo, um, and like I was there. um, it was really great. I really like the sensation to read there, and yeah. Also, I take some photo of me, but yeah. So I finished the video. Thanks for watching. I don't know if we watch it to the end because I'm not really interesting, I think. But yeah, I would like to make the I wanted to make this video. So yeah, thank you.